Okay, welcome guys, welcome. We are again playing some Age of Wonders 4, my favourite game of all time. And we're going to be playing as, of course, the vampire. We're going to continue on where we were yesterday with our vampire warlock or vampire witch, basically. Which was great fun, so we had a good fun with it. I've actually titled this one, the Dark, I think it was the Dark Faction just got great again, or whatever it was. But because it really has been, the Gargoyle update has really improved the way that the Dark Faction plays. And just as I left, again, there's always a comment that comes just as I've actually closing everything up, and there was one that was actually that there was a comment that this particular player didn't like playing the Dark Faction because of the not having a shield unit in the early part of the faction, which is actually something that I always felt was a bit funny as well. But they've rebalanced that with in the Gargoyle update, so the Dark Faction now is a lot of fun to play, and actually I think it really sort of plays in the way that they have wanted it to play, which was sort of with a bit of reckless abandon, but where you're not being punished for it, whereas previously you'd actually have units that would die. Anyway, let's just continue from where we left it yesterday and get into it. Sorry, my voice is still croaky. God, I just can't shake this thing on my chest. So and I'll just very quickly cover what this actually is. So we've got our faction in through here. These are now, these were called, and I forget what they were called previously, but they're now called Immortals. And these are our tier 1 units. You can see down the little one down the bottom there. But these are now really, really cool. So hi Shards, how you going? So if I go and actually have a look at this particular unit, like if I right click on it, we can then sort of see what it's actually got. All they've really done to change this particular unit, because this has always been like a charging unit, like an assault type unit rather than a defensive unit, was that these were a bit of a glass cannon. They were powerful with their, like, in very limited attacks, and then they would be killed because they weren't, they only had the one attack essentially when they came charging in with their charge strike, which was powerful at sort of like initially in the fight, but then there was nothing else to sort of really bolster them up after that, and so they were sort of limited use. We do have things like expendable. So this one, the unit's death does not affect its allies' morale. That's one thing that's been changed with it, and so this is not something that it's expected that they die. And that sounds a bit weird, but they've also then got, and I've got a few other things that I've actually now added into this with what we're doing, but lesser resurgence. So when the unit dies in combat, is revived at the end of combat if its owner is victorious. Revived units are brought back with 10% of their maximum hit points and no movement points. So they're stuck there for a turn, but it just means that you don't lose them as long as you win the battle. So that's massive, because it means that they can now be used, as I said before, with a bit of reckless abandon, have some fun with it, and which actually really does change the complexion of the Dark Faction. The Dark Faction, and previously you were protecting these units as much as you possibly could and only using them when you really had to. So they weren't all that useful, but now they actually are. It's very, very cool the way it sort of does work. Let's just close that one off. So we're in the process of just expanding at this stage, trying to, we're at war. We have an unusual sort of situation where we actually have to sort of end up, what are we playing as actually? What is our faction? What's the best way to do this? Just trying to think of the best way to show the actual faction itself. I always screw this up. If I press escape, realm overview. No, that's just the actual game itself. We've got a few unknowns. We've still got 2 unknowns we haven't discovered yet. On the world, we're playing with continents. We've got the Sunless Highlands. We've actually put this one in, which gives you essentially like a nighttime aspect to portions of the map. It doesn't cycle, but it does mean that you end up with these. This is like for the sunless area through here, where our vampires will fight better in that location, and we've got also a way of changing our land to that sunless land. So that sort of like is something that just gets added on top of it. We've got the so no respite. So Empire units suffer no respite. So there's no, which means that they don't heal as well when they're outside of their own territory. We also have city-states, which is large free cities, which is going to be pretty cool actually, because it means that when we do take over cities, we're going to have like a fair amount of income from them. And as the game develops and as we get further into it, we're going to be getting more and more and more of the enemy cities actually, that will be vassals of the enemies attacking us. In which case, what we'll be doing is actually is capturing more and more and more units. We're playing in a way, it's not showing us what we actually have through there, but we're playing in a way where I'm guessing if we just go back across and just click on our leader. So we are playing whereas we're an elder vampire. Where's our faction? Sort of funny, my mind's gone blank. The ruler, it's not sort of telling us what we have, who we are. Yeah, it's a vamp. That's not it there. Just close that one off. If we go up to diplomatic overview, that one should show us, I think. Yeah, so the humanoid shadow dwellers. This is us. So essentially we've got one minor transformation already, which is the flesh-carved ruins, which what that one gives us is carve profane sigils onto the flesh of your race, granting them +5 hit points generation on the world map. Attack and debuffs include ignore 1 status resistance per stack of bleeding on the target. So the more we can bleed a target, the more we can actually then get the status resistance down to do other things to them. So we're going to end up with it, and we've got a fair few things where there's a cascading effect with the status, which is pretty cool. So Sithel's saying, hi all, we'll be back in a minute. Hi Sithel. So anyway, they've got that one through there. We are the keeper, of course. Mortia Volatar is the elder vampire that we sort of generated. And mainly shadow with a little bit of chaos. We've got the traits for our humans are we've got defensive tactics, where they basically stand when they stand next to each other. They've got fast recuperation. So again, we recuperate additional +10 hit points per world map turn. So we sort of keep on regenerating, and we're cold-blooded. So units are less likely to rout. So in this case, their morale stays up high. And we actually do big morale damage to the enemy as well. Now, this is where I was saying that before. Dark is the cult. The cult that we have or the culture we have is dark. So aggressive units that focus on damage over defense and healing. So exploit defeated enemy heroes, depending on the chosen subculture. So this is actually the major thing now. The major focus with the Gargoyle update is actually the exploitation of enemy heroes. The cult of tyranny is a really interesting one. So there's two of them. There's like a cult of death and a cult of tyranny. And so the cult of tyranny is your people value strength. Tyranny is a virtue and privilege for those who prove their might. Units weaken enemy status resistance through aura of tyranny and exploit vulnerability. So if I just sort of go up to into these, again, status resistance is being affected yet again. The aura, so this is adjacent enemies have -1 to their status resistance, and we can and exploit vulnerability. So units attacks have a base 60% chance of inflicting status vulnerability for 3 turns, which again is going to then further diminish their status resistance, which means that they then become susceptible to things like freezing, which is something that we will start to try to exploit for, as an example, bleeding, things like that, those sort of status type things, as we sort of come back through. Capture heroes to control free cities through hostage diplomacy. And so what this one does is essentially every defeated hero of a city that we have in our prisons will then put pressure on a free city with vassalization. So this is where we, like in the early part of the game, we're at a bit of a disadvantage with the way that this sort of works, and we have to almost sort of take over these cities because we want to have as many of these people as basically captured as we possibly can. And over the course of the game, that's going to then increase. Also, we don't kill leaders in battle. We always capture them, so we always have them available. And so hostages provide allegiance every turn and counters an assigned Whispering Stone. So we can get more and more benefit through our tyrannical ways by capturing these leaders. Conquered cities are released as vassals also immediately grant you a hostage. So if we do release them as a vassal, we then get them. So we should end up with essentially 2 hostages at that point, because we will have the one that we killed to take the city, Yeah, and then, so we usually get one leader that way and a second one the other way. So actually releasing the vassals isn't going to be such a bad thing. And when vassalizing a city that belongs to another empire, all heroes of the empire in your prison become hostages of that new vassal instead. So that's essentially where we end up. So when vassalizing a city that belongs to another empire, all heroes of that empire in your prison become hostages of this new vassal instead. There we go. So that's actually going to be, so essentially we're going to sort of end up having, it's going to be a bit of a roll-on effect. But it's a fairly interesting way of playing with that, with this cult of tyranny. We have one less Whispering Stone, which means we don't start with the Whispering Stone, which means we don't have the benefit of being able to vassalize initially. So our initial run here is to dominate and control. And we've actually taken over this city slavehold, which is in the screen there. So gain more Whispering Stones via Empire Development, which essentially is contain Empire skills that can improve your Empire's economy, blah, blah, blah. So we can still get them through Imperium. Gain city stability when executing heroes in your prison, so we can actually go and try to get more stability through executing heroes that we don't need, and then we've got unique city structures provide greatly increased gold at the cost of city stability. So as city stability goes down, now playing as a dark faction, it doesn't matter as much usually to actually have like the negativity coming back through the lack of stability. But it's still nice to have if we can actually have it. We're also, so that's the culture that we have, which is really, this has really changed it a lot. And there's another one as well. You choose now between tyranny and death. The death one is sort of more the opposite, where you're trying to kill off the enemy, and it's more necromantic in its approach, which again, very, very well fleshed out. Scions of Evil, and through this one here, cities gain +10 draft, and your empire gains +5 Imperium per level of evil alignment. So the more evil we can get, the more Imperium we're going to end up having. So units cost minus 20% gold in draft to recruit while you're at the maximum evil alignment. So again, when we get to maximum evil, that will be good for us. So we need to do as many evil things as we possibly can. Then Ritual Cannibals, so units gain corpse eating ability, we end up with another 10 evil alignment, and the nearest city owned gains +3 mana and +3 food per tier of non-magical units killed or lost after successful combat. So the more combat we do, the more we sort of then get boosted up. So I'm going to be taking this one for example, because I want to expand into here. So we're starting to roll forward now, fairly effectively. It's only turn 13. We've already got like a reasonably good army. We don't have much income in terms of our gold, so I really can't afford to be building any more units at this point in time. So the army that we have is the army that we'll actually then just keep on going with. We're playing a teams game where there's 3 sets of 2 teams that are playing against us. And so there's a team of 2 3 times, essentially. We don't know who they will be. They'll all be random. That's pretty much it. Okay, it's a bit of a summary as to where we are, but also a summary of what we've got in this particular update. So I can't move off. Well, these have actually all moved now. And these have also, you've got no more movement here, really. What I could do is take out one of my leaders and have them sort of dominate. Now, slavehold is... This one's we've already got this one under control. You can see there that this is actually the... we have minus 10% city income. So we're unstable there. This is our capital here, Lothek, which is unstable as well. So we are going to need to focus a little bit on that. And in our prisons, we do actually have we've got Belor, who was captured from this other city. So that's going to, he is essentially going to be a he is of actually we've now taken that city, so he's no longer, he's just in our prison really. So we could grant him freedom if we wanted to, but we could execute. And executing will then give me +10 city stability income for a little while as well, which I won't worry about. I'll just leave that one where that is. So we'll just go and leave him in there. And we're moving south now to get rid of these small monster dens. We are at war with we've got Safewood down through here, which we're not at war with, but we don't have any real way of actually pushing this allegiance up, other than through dominating other locations. So we'll be wanting to sort of go and do this one, or get a Whispering Stone, which will be the first Whispering Stone we get is here. Turns available 9. So that's actually going to be, we gain +1 Whispering Stone if we go this way. We also get one there, which is 6. Okay, so we can go and, when we get to that one, we can then go and grab that. So we might just, like, that's only 6 turns away at our current rate. I don't need to get these just yet, so I'll just save up the Imperium a little bit for what we need to do. And so we might just, like, this is a big city. We're at war with another city as well. We do actually have another faction. I think it's underground. Yeah, this Everflame is like a demonic type location. Beefy paladins. Yeah, these are orcs. So this is an orc faction that we'll dominate that one as well. So we'll head across to destroy them. So anyway, let's continue on. Okay, so we can't do anything else. We just end our turn. By the way, we don't heal unless we're in darkness. The vampires. You'll see that we don't actually have a healing aspect here for ourselves. So everyone is okay where we are. In fact, let's have a look and see what's going on with that. If I just go and pick on her again. So she's an elder vampire, an undead unit with the aversion to light, and this is the thing. So units cannot regenerate and has minus 20% damage unless in the underground, gloom, or sunless terrain. So this is interesting again as well. I didn't actually realize that it could actually go into the gloom, and so the gloom is actually good for this. So this is like the umbral areas, which we don't actually have on this map. But underground, she'll thrive, but not above ground, unless we're in the sunless terrain, which we actually have right next to where we are. So that's actually interesting. So we actually don't regenerate there. I thought we would regenerate in our own areas, but we don't. So really, we have to be very protective of the vampires. Yeah, there's all sorts of other things that actually happens with that one through there. But anyway, that's the... and we have gold upkeep for these sorts of units. Let's just close that one off. All right, so we'll just go and... this is a safe battle. I'll just auto-battle these. And these are just a couple of carrion birds. So just auto-combat. All right, we went up another level. That's good. So we've got victory there, and that should end up with some income going back over there. So we'll just go and close that one off. And we've got Pyromancer's Bludgeoner. So this is a tier 1 weapon for a champion or a wizard king. It's for a Battle Saint, Spellblade, Death Knight, or Warrior. We do have a Spellblade with us, but I'll just take the reward. I won't actually do anything with it. That should have given me a little bit of... Yeah, it did actually. It boosted my income up a fair amount with what we were doing there. All right, we're still got a little bit there. We can go... Let's go down this way. What I want to do is also create another city in here. So let's go and move down here. And bring this one with us as well. When we get into a more meaningful fight, I'll then go through the way that the new way that these units actually do fight, which is very, very cool. Your ruler leveled up. This is awesome. So we've sort of got the vampire aspect of what we're doing through here. We have warlock as well. So we have different things, like typically if you're playing as a champion, you'll actually have different things to sort of to help with the training of your units and stuff like that. We don't care about that being a vampire. We just care about our own, like we're selfish with what we do. Now we've gone there, which means I can actually go and pick any of these. We've got a Draining Charm, so Blood Drain abilities now have a chance of inflicting mind control. Wow. That one, oh, hang on, here we go. Blood Drain abilities gain a base 60% chance of inflicting stunned. So blood draining abilities for a vampire, draining bite and siphon blood. Now siphon blood is the one that we actually had through here. This one is becoming more powerful. So deal damage to a target unit and heal for 50%. Cannot target units that are immune to bleeding. So it's a chance of stunning. This one then changes it into being mind control. What's this one down through here? Mesmerating. So now have a chance of inflicting dominated instead of mind control, which lasts until the end of combat. I think we'll go that way without even reading these other ones. Deep Hunger. So reduce the cooldown of your blood drain ability by 1. So this is actually this is an important aspect that we have. What's the range on that? Range 3. We can actually change it so that we end up with Siphon Blood gains +2 range. Initially, I'm actually happy even with that. But let's go that way now and confirm that one there. Hi, Beacon, how you going? And Pierce is then saying, did they revamp Dark in this DLC release? Not in the DLC, in the free Gargoyle update. So it's I did when I first started, like this stream, I actually just went through the changes, which or the basic changes to the Dark faction. But the big one really is just how useful it is with the. Should just have a quick look in there and just make sure there's nothing else that we need. No, nothing else we need there. We'll just go and close that one off. So yeah, the big change with the Gargoyle update is the Dark faction. Like that, there's a lot of things that change, but the Dark faction gets a lot of attention. Excuse me. Oh boy, this throat thing I've got is so annoying. I've had it for over a month now. Anyway, so yeah, the Dark faction, it's these units here that really change a lot. And so what we end up having is very quickly, we have this lesser resurgence, which means that when this dies in combat, they are then revived as long as you win the combat. So if you win the combat, they'll come back to life again at the end of the combat. But they're also expendable, which means if they do die during combat, it doesn't affect anyone else's morale. So the morale sort of stays up with this faction, which completely changes the way that you then use these factions. And this one here as well, I don't know if this had the same thing before, but this one does actually have, where is it? Relentless Pursuit. I'm not sure, I don't know if that was there before. I never used it, I never bothered with it, but this one here is you can actually have the caster moves to a target hex, costs nothing to do it, which means that you can actually move in closer automatically. So this one here starts on a cooldown of 1. Caster moves to the target hex. This ability recharges when you get a kill. So if you can finish off a unit, you then get another chance to actually have this Relentless Pursuit, which means that you can actually have all 3 shots if you can sort of bounce into a location to get 3 very good shots, which is really game changing with these tier 1 units. This faction has become, I would almost consider it overpowered now, just in the way that you can actually then go and play with it. And previously it was actually an underpowered faction or culture because of the expendability of the units, which is really cool. Yeah, so PS is saying, I think they updated Feudal alongside the last DLC. Was it Feudal or something else? But yeah, they've make these little changes, which makes these factions really interesting. Mad Hat Reverend Desk is saying, for the Siphon Blood, would the mind control replace its stun, or is it an additional effect along with the stun, with its own chance? I think it replaces. So I think that's what goes on through there. In fact, I can see you've also asked the same question there in YouTube, which is fine. Just do an DasTactic if you want to grab my attention, by the way, guys. And particularly in Twitch, it sort of beeps at me, but it doesn't beep at me in YouTube. But yeah, just if you write DasTactic, I'll then actually sort of see the questions a little bit more easily. All right, Slavehold can annex another province. So this is actually the province that we actually have down this way. What have we got out here? Pearl Reef. Anyway, we'll just... now, we needed to get 2 foresters built. And so let's just go back to Slavehold. I can grab a forester there. That's all I can actually build there. I'll be wanting to get the gold for my... for this city here. We do have a couple of farms there already. I'll just grab the forester at this point. Now that fulfills that quest that we had. So your foresters have collected wood, the wood Sev, the spellblade needed for his ritual pyre. It's time, my lady, my lady of moonlight, Sev says, a fire burning in his eyes. The stakes are prepared, blah, blah, blah. So I'll expect my cities to give the order. So what do we end up getting? We end up unlock the ritual pyre for one-time free consumption in one of your cities, or free construction. Okay. +3 mana per adjacent forester. Allows the drafting of Inferno puppies, which I'm not really wanting. Okay. So we have a one-time build, but it's got to be sort of next to foresters. So we can build a lot of things in there. We've got a forester there. We've got a forester over here and a forester over here now. I'll let that go until we've actually got a need for it, but I'm thinking that building it in here would actually be not too bad, because there's, or even in here, and ultimately just get 3 more foresters. That might be an idea, would be to eventually go this way and just build foresters up in through this other side and try to get it into that location there. So we haven't chosen the location. I don't know if we have to. If we do, ritual pyre. I don't really have a good spot for it yet. Oh, that one there, ultimately. 18 turns to do this. I'll see how we go. Just turn that off. An Inferno puppy down this way, which I'm just using for scouting. There's a lot of small monster dens around the place and a brigand camp over here. We have a lot of things to get rid of. I'm just doing scouting with these units. Actually, there's another one of those down the bottom there. It's a large monster den down this way. So just clean up all of these monster dens everywhere. They'll start spawning fairly soon. Stay out of that one for now. I'll try to just get around without actually triggering it. That's Marauder Guard, which is moving off from the brigand camp. Which means I really have to move this one back out again. I'll stay away from the triggering inside their territories, and then we'll just wait until I've got this group to then move back down. Move them down. Alright, so what have we got? We've got Shadow Binding, and then we have Magic Origin unit upkeep released. Yes, we don't actually have any of those yet, so let's just leave them off. And I've got this one here, defeating an infestation grants your unit based on their infestation defeated. We're going to end up with lots of animals if we do that, and I don't really want that. It's sort of one of those things where we're going to get a bit of a cascading effect. Look, maybe I will, and then we'll just end up with a bit of a hybrid army as well. I mean, it's going to cost me upkeep to sort of keep them, but it won't be dramatic, I don't think. So let's go and grab that, because we're going to be clearing those out now. And we're just waiting for this one over through here, though. So we've still got 4 turns before that one will become available. All right. We produce another Immortal there. Just get these closer. These are still sleeping. So we can grab another province in here. got some really crappy things. I'll go down this way again. I mean, I can get the quarries, but I can get a lot of quarries in through here. I'll just grab up another forester to just try to get growth into Lothek. We need the food. Oh, hang on, I meant to get that one there. Oh, I might not be able to reach it yet. Let's just go back into this one. So we've still got the dreaded spire coming in 1 turn. That's good. And this one here, we've got the tavern coming in 3. I'll move that one across into there. Move you into that one. That way we'll just keep those armies merged. And we'll just go and take this one. It's a really simple battle. I'm just going to auto battle this one. Maybe we'll pick up a vampire spider hatchling. That would be good to get. And we also then have a entwined protector would be good as well. Either one of these would be actually awesome. So we'll just see how we go. We'll just do the auto combat. That's good. We're in the sunless area now, so our guys will be healing up a little bit. We'll just go and close that one off. Rewards. We've got a hunter spider. That's actually not bad. So we'll keep that one there. This one can jump. So we'll take the rewards. We've got the obscuring mantle. So this unit is 40% harder to hit with physical range and magic attacks. Yeah, let's go and wear that. All right, that'll be good. Confirm that one. Lord Zon, subscribe. Thank you very much for that one, Lord Zon. Very, very much appreciated. What are your thoughts on the vampires? I'm really impressed with what the Triumph does with the balance of the game. Like they just keep it just thumping along, which is just great. Like it's really, really well done. So and again, they've done a really good job of this. So. Just read a few more of the comments back there. So we've got, where did we get up to? Yeah, Pierce is saying, yeah, it replaces, watching the stream a few minutes ago, and he had that ability. Yeah, there we go. Percent chance wasn't that good. Generally only a 30 to 40% chance, but. See, that's a status resistance thing. And so when we were talking before about the abilities, we're combining our abilities with our faction to make it so that we end up, I'll show you what I mean. I'll try to find a fight. Well, we're going to be going underground here to go and kill off those orcs. So I'll show you that, because that changes everything in terms of the abilities for those sorts of things. So we're going to have a better. I'll explain that when we get to there. If I forget when we start that fight, please remind me, and I will then talk about it. So we got this hunter spider now, which goes into our grouping through here. This is going to then be a bit more of a drain. Generally, the animals are not as costly. Yeah, low maintenance. So the base unit upkeep is reduced by 25%. So they're usually a little bit cheaper to keep the animals. But that's actually, so we'll end up with another stack of different animals and things. Hi, Gentleman Skeleton, how are you going? How have you been? I've got this croaky throat, so please excuse me with that one. So Began saying, nice, I have this. It must have been part of the expansion pass that I bought. I think this one's in the part of the new expansion, the one that's coming. And we now actually have a bit of information about all the other different stuff that's coming for this expansion. But I haven't actually had a good look at that yet. It appears to saying probably for the best, as it would have been annoying if you had to stun your own mind control unit. And Began saying it's going to get you harder to get away from being a dragon ruler. But if anything could do it, it'd be vampires. They are very, very cool, I got to say. Chris is saying, hi, Daz and chat. Wondering how long you were going to be to play this new DLC. I've looked forward to this stream all day. Can't afford it until next week. I played it yesterday as well, so we're actually just continuing on where we left off yesterday. What's on saying, what happened to them is if you play on a regular map with no sunless zone, you have the ability to actually then go and create your own sunless areas, or you play underground. essentially is the way that you then end up having. So when we go underground to fight the like, we're actually, see how we're at the moment, we're in a sunless area here, so we are getting healing for our vampires. Yeah, that one's also got a little bit of healing that it needs to go and do. So we are getting the healing at the moment, but if we don't have it, if I go back to my city and just go back into it, the vampire cities are quite unique, and they actually have these desecration chambers. And so every turn, one province within or adjacent to the domain alters to sunless terrain. So I can actually change everything into my domain to sunless. So through this particular building, which is pretty cheap. So it's actually it's not too bad at all. That's all it does. So I can certainly sort of boost those sorts of things along. I don't really feel like I need to at this stage, but because we've got all this sunless area down through here. So even if you play on a map without it, you still have the ability for your area to be controlled. But we can go underground and then still get the same benefit of being sunless. So we have the option there. What do we get up to? So Pierre Moreno is saying, do you know if gloom and sunless stacks, or does sunless replace gloom and vice versa? I don't think that they would actually impact, because the gloom is sunless anyway, and I don't have gloom on this map, so I would assume it's just it's either is there sun or is there not sun. So it's not going to give you like a double healing ability, if that's what you meant. So it just means that there would be no sun in that particular environment. And so in that sense, we would end up with, in fact, what we could do is, if I just do a quick save here, and I'll just go and open up the game I was playing last time, which I haven't finished off yet. I'm just finishing it off myself, because it's a bit of a raffle stomp now. But if I just go back into load game, and go back to, this is my Archon game. So if I just go back into here, where I do actually have the Eldritch Realm. So if we go and actually load the save, I don't know if it'll tell us, because we don't have any vampires in this particular map. Just have a quick look, because that's an interesting question as to what it will actually tell us. Probably won't tell us anything, because the faction we're playing is Archons. So just close that one off. So very, very different sort of style. So this is actually this is gloom in through here. So gloom terrain is normally only found in Umbral Abyss. Units suffer marauders within gloom. Yeah. So we're not going to see the sunless and that anyway in here. But it's not even telling us that it's dark, but it is dark. So the gloom is dark. I think that's all it really does. It just means, is it dark or not? And so if you had gloom and sunless, actually, I don't even know if it can be sunless. It's forest gloom. It would probably be forest sunless. And so I would guess that what it would do is actually be some way that one of them would have to compete with the other. And I'm guessing if you've actually got an actual, like one of these locations here, an umbral gate, it's always going to be with what it is. I know I've got another one back over here somewhere as well on this particular map in here, and then another one over here as well. And again, it's only the one big territory that it controls that is a gloom territory. Yeah, so so in that sort of sense, I think it just means it's just dark. I would imagine. Anyway, let's go back out and load in our current game. Okay, so piercing. I think they have terraforming spells. Yeah, well, that sort of is, I think, the other one. I don't know what that would do to an umbral. I don't think the umbral gates would actually be affected by that. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to say, I love Age of Wonders 4 very much, but I've played it a little bit too much. I'm taking a break with it and starting to play Age of Wonders 3, but heavily modded. Both are great games. Another game you might want to consider is Elemental Reforged. I'm really enjoying that game as well. The pacing is really quite different. It's a lot faster than Age of Wonders 4, but it's I'm thoroughly enjoying that game. I could happily play that as well as this. To be honest, it's a game that I really been just absolutely loving. Chris is then saying, I love the campaigns in Age of Wonders 3, great storytelling. I know Daz isn't a fan of campaigns, but Age of Wonders 3 is a bit special in that area. No, I've never played the campaigns with those. I have not played the campaign in Age of Wonders 3 yet, just mostly loving making custom battles in the map editor. That's even better with the Chivalrous Intentions mod. That's a great mod. Adds so much to the game. That's, again, Age of Wonders 3 I had to play heavily modded, whereas Age of Wonders 4 I don't have to play with mods. For me, that makes it a great game. Like, it's a really awesome game. Chris is saying, each to their own. Playing the campaigns of Age of Wonders 3 is like reading an epic fantasy novel. Yeah, and I don't know how they sort of go with this one through here. Sizzle saying, yes, part of the expansion pass. Yep. That's one of the new ones, I think. All right, so we actually have the ability to, I was thinking of building another city in here. There's a lot of good stuff down this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Sev out and just move him down. Now, if we have a quick look at the economy, I probably want to be just outside of that realm. Where do I want to be? Haunted Halls. This is sort of like a good expansion zone for us. Probably want to go a bit further away. Let's just move that one out, and we'll get that one to catch back up again with the stacks when we go underground. Just keep them, rest them close to where we are. All right, what else have we got? Regenerating infestations revealed. Wow, okay, so our scrying has revealed one of the secrets of this realm. So beasts and monsters never cease nesting in this realm. So infestations emerge in unoccupied provinces every 10 turns. Wow, okay. I was wondering why we got so many of them. That's why. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to end up with heaps and heaps of animals. We may not be able to afford them all. Let's just turn that economy off. Spells ready to cast. Now, what do we have? Blood Drinking Blades. I want this one. So this one here is going to give me deals +1 physical damage to other units, but then striking units with bleeding heals for 2 temporary hit points back to ourselves. So we essentially are drinking the blood. Let's just go for it. We've got a fair amount of mana income, which so I don't have to worry about that one so much. Just keep on running this one around. We've really had a good look around now on this particular island. There's not much else we can sort of see. So Chris is then saying Elemental Reforge is great. Shout out to StarDoc for being so responsive. Elemental Reforge would not run full screen for me. I let StarDoc know through the Reddit forum. The next day a patch came through with a fix. I can now play full screen. I agree, Daz. It looks like it's very promising. Yeah, they're really focused on it. I think because that's I wasn't really allowed to talk about it at the time, but I actually went to StarDoc in America last month, which is where I got my croaky throat, was in the aeroplanes. But it was actually it was such a great experience to actually sort of see what they do, and the amount of passion that they've got for their games is unbelievable. I love that. I love passion in anything. Like I love artists who like with art and stuff, with what they do, because they because of the degree of passion that they sort of have, and StarDoc was no exception. They were fantastic, it was sort of like they're rejuggling, I think, their structures to sort of get more development into Elemental because it's been so well received. Which is really exciting. I really enjoy Elemental. Gentleman Skeleton saying the Regenerating Infestations realm add-on is such a pain in the butt to deal with, in my opinion. Wish you the best of luck in dealing with the infestations. Well, we'll just sort of rattle our way through. For us, it's actually a source of income. So, and I should just be able to auto most of them that do come in. They'll probably get bigger and bigger, but we'll see what happens. It's just one of the random effects of this particular realm. We didn't know that when we started. So we'll just go back in. This one here, we want to go and grab this. Every time we go into one of these dens, we then essentially sort of trigger what they're likely to do. So this one here is going to be a little bit more complicated for us, but still will be good. So we'll just leave that one back where that is. We do have that one there. I might even go back and pick up that. Although I'll be down this way afterwards anyway. So this is the team. I'll just leave them. I'll leave them on that road. They're still within 3 of each other, so they still can support each other. Just end our turn. I'll just turn my air conditioner on. I'll be right back. Here we go. The craving. Your fangs itch. Flashes of red blur your vision. Your body craves blood. You can suppress your holy desire no longer. So what does this mean? From what crimson well will you drench your thirst? Which blood will satiate your craving? So I'm not sure if this comes up every so often. So it's moved to the crypt. We don't want to do that. We don't have any thralls yet. So lose 4 thralls or just feast on cattle. So growth in Lothek is blocked for 5 turns and Slavehold blocked for 4 turns. That's not good. Anyway, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So I'm not going to get rid of Sev. So Chris is then saying, question, you might not know, however, you're very active in the gaming industry. My question is, how can I have bought Elemental Reforged in early access? Does that mean I get the full game for nothing on release? Yes, yeah. Essentially what it is when you buy an early access game, you're getting a game. Sometimes it's a bit cheaper than when it's going to be releasing. Sometimes it's not. And but what it does is it allows the developer to fund their future development for a game. And so it's a little bit like crowdsourcing. I really like it for games for their development. You have to be careful though. Like you have to choose your developer wisely because some developers basically sort of run away from the game once they take the money, and so there's a lot of games that get abandoned. A lot of games actually, where a lot of developers think their game's going to do really, really well, like rose-colored glasses type thing, and then all of a sudden find, oh geez, this is not working. So I don't think many developers go into it thinking that they're going to rip people off, but ultimately that's what happens with some early access games. So a lot of people don't like early access games. I do though, because I think that for a developer like Stardock that is going to continue following through, it's a great way for the community to actually A, support the game, but B, also have input into the development of the game. So for me, I really like it for games like that. There's so many games that would have benefited so greatly from early access. Distant Worlds 2 would have been great as an early access game. There's a few Slytherin games like in that category. Distant Worlds 2. What else is there? Broken Arrow. I don't know if Broken Arrow is early access, but that should be early access. That's another one that really needs to be in early access right now. Other games have been in early access for a long, long period of time. But yeah, it means once you're buying the game, but it's not a complete game yet. And so there's usually sort of like a plan of how it's going to be happening. So in that sense, but with a company like Stardock or Slytherin or whatever it might be, they're going to look after you. So I really don't have any qualms at all. Yeah, so Pierce is saying it's pretty much how it works. Any risk you're taking is that they may never finish the game, which is unlikely in the case of a Stardock game. Yes, it's also look. I can tell you, like Brad, the CEO of Stardock, is this Elemental is his baby. He loves it. He absolutely loves it, and it's very infectious actually when you talk to him about the game, because it's just his passion for what Elemental is really, really high, and it is very hard not to be sort of taken up in it. But it's and it is a great game already, but it's going to get better and better. So. And I think it's also the starting point for for other things that will be coming. In fact, they did show us some stuff I'm not supposed to talk about, not directly related to Elemental, but there's a game that they're developing at the moment which is quite interesting, and I think there could be a connection there with Elemental at some point. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's some interesting things on the way with Stardock. So Pierce is saying, I'd say that what usually happens when a dev abandons a game is they release it as a full release, but it's incomplete and they only do one patch or something. Yeah, I think it's, look, and this is where, again, Distant Worlds 2 really should have been early access, because when you do a full release, people are very unforgiving about the state of the state that a game is in, and if a developer's not aware that that state is a problematic one, like the launch of Distant Worlds 2 was not problematic for everyone doing the beta testing, but it was when it released for the public, for a lot of members of the public, which then affects its score. So people are more forgiving of a game in early access because they're also helping the development of it. So yeah, anyway, it's pretty cool. So Chris is in saying, yeah, I like Heroes of Might and Magic Golden Era. However, I'm not playing it until release, as I don't want to burn out from it. That's the other thing. Like generally, that's beta testing. So beta testing is usually when you've got before a game even goes into early access. Quite often, you'll end up with a game that is not even close to completion, but there's portions of it that are actually that can be tested or can be even close to release, and they're just really trying to find the last lot of bugs. So. Yeah, so beta testing is one of those things where the expectation is that you're going to feedback as much as possible. So anyway, that's feedback as in 2 words, and then feedback is one word. Anyway, that's a bit confusing. Anyway, I'll continue on. We'll see how we go. So Luke Six saying, hello Daz, I wish all DLC had a great discount. Yeah, it would be good. It would be good. I mean, the expansion passes, I guess, are the ways to get these sorts of things. If you think you're going to be enjoying it, then that's one way to do it. Again, where do we want to set this up? That there is a bit of a nothing. If I go there, I'm looking at what I can expand into. Ultimately, we'll end up with probably that one being part of Lothek. Then we have a lot down in here. I think this is where this is a good spot for us to take this one here, not this one here. So we're going to be a little bit further away than we had wanted. Let's just move into that terrain, into that area, and settle there. So with this, going to cost me a little bit of Imperium ultimately, but we'll just go and get started in here. So this is going to cost me gold, like 10 gold per turn, while I'm actually building this one up. And so I'm going to go in and click on that one, build an outpost. So it's going to take 2 turns to build that one. I'll just go and turn that off now. And we'll start to move back up again towards the rest of the army. And we're going to go underground now. Okay, and if I just go back above ground, I can just press page up or page down. I can then actually move this one out a little bit as well. This is a silver location. I can go in there with a stack if I wanted to, but I don't think what I've got is enough to take on a silver. We have now the drinking blades, so we'll enchant everyone. So total upkeep is going to be 22. I've got 52 at the moment, so we're going to be enchanting these. So they've now got the drinking, the blood is now sort of surging around their the blades of these guys. Just going to continue. But the Dread Spire has now been built. We've got some money, so we'll go and get Vampire Castle. Will give me +5 Imperium income and +3 vision range. This one unlocks thralls in the city, produced like population. We're going to need thralls. So I think we'll actually go and grab that one now. Although the workshop is only 2 turns. Actually, that's only 2 turns as well. We'll get the foundation. So we'll get that one established. And we can then start to open up things like chambers and stuff like this as well. This is all completely new, playing as a vampire. You no longer have the wizard tower. You actually have a vampire castle. And so you can see there, it's quite a different look. Ultimately, it's a dark culture, but it should look a bit different ultimately once we get that one built. So at the moment, it's just looking like a dark culture location. We'll see how it looks over time. Just leave that one where that is. Move that one in. These infestations are going to get annoying, I guess. try not to wake this thing up until we're ready. So just waiting for our turn. So these are wandering stacks. If you're sort of newish to Age of Wonders, like I just do it automatically now, and it just goes way back to, I think, Age of Wonders 2, maybe even Age of Wonders 1. Is the when we have a look at the actual units themselves, see, you'll notice that these have got little skulls on them with a number. The number is how many units are actually in the stack that it's got. The skull is telling me that it's actually like a marauding force that is actually just almost like a bandit force on the world map. You'll see them all over the place. They'll have these little skulls. If they're not a skull like ours has still got the like we've got one unit there with our faction color there. That little silver one bit there means that it's actually a hero as well. So there's a hero in the stack. But most of them you'll sort of see will ultimately end up being these white ones. But then you'll see other ones with red. Red means that they can move around, and so this is actually a wandering stack, whereas these are actually defending stacks. So you don't have to ever worry about white skulls. You only have to worry about red skulls when you see them. So just be aware of that when you're playing the game. It's a nice quick little way of being able to very succinctly and very quickly just glance around to see what the problems you might have on the actual map itself. But in this case, everything's looking pretty cool. So how goes the campaign, says Sev? It's going very well at this stage. And Chris is then sort of saying, on another note, I've been playing a lot of Zephon. Damn, that game is hard. The AI is so sneaky. Still, I like the challenge. Yeah, it's a great game. The AI is second to none in those games. That and Gladius, they really are the best AI of any game. So we're going to now move down. Now we've got, I'll just move the others off. I'll just move that one up to the underground passage. And if I then just go page down, I can actually move out. They will catch up in the next round, so we're just going to move these up along this road. If I go to there, so I can actually go and enter this one because I do have my ruler. My ruler has got a gold wings above it, whereas the heroes have just got like silver wings. Glutton's Fate. So this one I can actually go and attack it if I wanted to. If it's annexed, I get a lot of benefit from this. But I'm not going to be able to do it. It's a silver, which means that it's actually going to be difficult. So it's actually that's I don't think I can actually like do that one with any sort of guarantee. So we'll just leave that one where that is. This one will then catch up next turn. I can't do much there. I could possibly go and start to get across the waters. I might just go back in. We've only one turn away now from getting the Whispering Stone, which I do want. And that's going to cost me 150. I've got 300, and then this Whispering Stone is going to cost me another 175. So I don't really want to be getting other things just yet. Mask of Precision. Yeah, it's not bad, actually. I'm going to go and open the hero screen and give this one across to Sev. Sev the Spellblade. That will then just mean that his bow will then be more accurate. Confirm. And then close. There's nothing else there. Now we are going to have to go and clean out this monster den, which is going to be a bit tricky. Outpost founded. So we have an outpost in through here. We've got 368 through that side. So I can found a city through here for 200 Imperium as well. I'll be wanting to also wait for that one through that side. Palisade walls will then give me better fortification right from the start. So I'm just going to start off with that. And You see, you'll read on the right there, it says, if a city is founded from this outpost, we'll have the palisade walls city structure already built, which is pretty cool. Now, I thought outpost for us already started off with a watchtower, which it doesn't have. Anyway, let's just go and build a palisade wall in through here. So just 60 gold, 3 turns. I'm in no rush to make this into a city. Frost blades have now been created as well. So we'll go and select new research, and we've got the lesser snow spirit, which can actually do freezing burst and tyrannical exploitation. So this one here is a target vassal city, so no longer gains allegiance. Vassal income is increased. Yeah, we don't need to do that one yet. I'm just going to go and grab this guy. That will actually allow, again, once the status resistance, I'll show you this when we get into the fight. We're not going to have those things in there, but I'll try to explain what's going on there. And we still have to go and choose a location for this ritual spire. That one's coming up in, yeah, but it's going to be too expensive for us to go and, oh, hang on, this has been blocked. That's going to be a bit of a problem for us. I'll have to think about what I do with this. Hopefully that won't expire. I mean, if it does, I'll just save scum and auto save. Produce the tavern. So we're going to have to spend a bit of money here. Storehouse. Give me extra food and growth, which is important. So we just go and grab that one. And then we've got the vampire. The vampire castle is starting. So we're now starting to get thralls. So, and so we need extra food in here. So the granary is going to give us a big boost, plus 20 food income. I'm going to get that one. Food is so important in these cities early on. All right, we'll continue on. I'll just go and clean this one out. This is going to be an easy battle for us. I now don't want to take much damage though, so because we're going to be coming in to attack this city fairly soon. So I think I might even play this one out. Just do a quick save before we start, even though it's so one-sided. Oh, here we go. Occupational hazard. As your troops approach the band of mercenary guards, they raise the white flag. So this is the evil thing. We want to go evil. So the more evil alignment we have, the better. Okay, we can do this one. Receive 2 thralls. The independent army will be removed from this location. So let's go and do. We're going to basically take them up. So this is the thralls that we end up having. So we don't have any income for thralls, but we will need them. So I'll just do that one there. That way, I don't want to be. I want fully healthy units for the upcoming fight. It was mana that we picked up there. All right. And in terms of the Imperium, we now actually have the Whispering Stone. So I'm going to go and grab one of those, and we've got one of these coming in 3 turns now. So we've got 3 more turns before we get that one. I've got 200 left over. I'm going to be wanting to create a city, so I need to get that one, plus I need to get this Whispering Stone as well. I think. Actually, I don't really need the Whispering Stone just yet, but it's we do want this one for the city here, Safewood. So Safewood, we're going to be trying to boost. So we're going to give that Whispering Stone across to them, and then we should end up with having the allegiance will then sort of be boosted along. Nobody else has found the city yet, so we'll end up having this one as our vassal city with the rats. That will be the plan. This little unit here is. Might just use it just to keep on scouting along the foreshore. And that's that one's that one there. I'll just leave that one on the road. Again, we'll just move out of the way of this. Now it's waking up. You can see the little exclamation mark there. So this will then start to now spawn units that will then start to sort of wander the land. Yeah, here they come. Now we've got another one that's just spawned in here. A great bird nest. We'll just move our way across. That one's still asleep, but this one is now wandering. So we end up with a bone dragon back in through here. Now we're not going to have, we don't have great attacks. Oh yes, we do have great attacks against that one. We've got spirit. We do spirit damage with the stuff that we've found, which is actually pretty cool. There's a large monster den there as well, with sort of like big moths, primordial pyre moths. These are going to be hard for us to get rid of. Small monster den down in here. We're going to need bigger armies, but I don't have enough gold yet to warrant that. So we can't really afford to go too far away from home with what we're doing here. Let's just keep it going. The orders that we have. That one can only reach there. He can now join up with that group and move to there. So we're now going into the orc army, into the orc area. That's as far as I can go. Just keep them together. Hopefully they'll come and attack us. Yeah, we'll end our turn there. To some old saying of the vampires farming humans for blood, not technically. Yeah, so these are all now waking up. Oh, and we've got a cosmic winds from the outer skies above the realm. Cosmic winds flagellate the world wherever they blow. Vegetation is burned or sanded down. Rivers and lakes dry up. Not even the thickest wall or the highest mountain can repel the currents. So provinces turn into deserts around the world. Blinding sands active in combat. So each unit has a 60% chance of becoming blind for one turn. Right. We'll weather this storm. So I'm not sure how long they'll be. I don't like those things, to be honest. So we'll sort of soon find out if there's going to be changes. Hopefully not. Consumed by arrogance. Hero Sev stands tall before you. He puffs out his chest and tilts his chin. So what do we have to do here? Is ever grown frustrated with his current ambition? Will you indulge his desires? Ambition is a glory seeker. Person slay a unit of legendary rank in combat. That's going to happen easily. Just the unit of elite rank in combat. It's just not going to happen early. So I'm actually happy for him to stay where he is. The collector, fully equipped with tier 2 items, or have an item equipped for 3 turns. That's easy as well. Then we've got challenger. When in combat against an army with 500 more power. Yeah, it's not going to. I think we'll stay where we are. Just keep it going. Yeah, we've got this one now. Tier 1 units gain experience 50% faster. That's actually a good one. I'm up to 300 again. I don't need this Whispering Stone. I think I might grab that now. I'm also tempted to get this one as well at some point. Let's just go back this way. Close that one off. Got Clairvoyance Ritual. Reveal the closest undiscovered infestation or ancient wonder. We've got the Frostblades in here as well. Just go that way. Produced a storehouse. Mana we will need eventually, but I think Workshop would be a good one for us. The bathhouse. Actually, that's not a bad one for us either. Oh, it is boosted. Yeah, I'll grab that one there. It's going to take a bit of time, but we'll still just go and grab it. There's that ritual pyre. I just don't have the ability to... I could now boost this, but it's going to cost me... yeah, 2 turns. I might... yeah, because we're running out of time. Still got 11. I'll just let it go and just see what we need to do there. So Safeward should start to push this one up. It's going to take a long time actually. We may have to end up dominating everything. Whispering Stones may not be worth all that much to us. We're going to need a bigger army as well, but I need the income to be able to warrant that. What are we up against? 2 stacks here. So we've got a Rui Stone Oath, which is will be a orc. Fairly level 5. Raise Undead. Got a Fire Blast there. And can cause stunning as well with that. And he's already got a couple of these Iron Golem assistants. They're not that powerful. On a blade, yeah, these are okay. Yep, and a Wind Rager there. I think we're okay. This will be 2 turns. Start the siege. So we'll start that one. We'll add some siege projects to it. So we actually have Undermine the Walls, which I think will be important to us. Just go that way. Close that one off. Now pillaging. We have to make sure that we are 4 away from 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can actually do this one here. We'll pillage that one. Okay, that's fine. And this unit here. Let's have a bit of a look around. It's now starting to go everywhere. That changed. This outpost is now finished as well. We now have frost blades, which will be ready for the attack. We don't have much more mana at this stage, so we're going to need to get more. There's the next of those. Yeah, I won't worry about those as well. I'll just leave that one where it actually is. I can actually start to make it into a city, the other location. So let's go and found a city with humanoid shadow dwellers here. So that'll take 3 turns. We've got 4 turns before we get our next hero as well. So that's about the right timing for us. But, like, I like to try to have these come up as we get heroes. back. We'll have to clear out all this stuff. Okay, we've got the siege. I'll just close that one off for now, and we'll just go back and see if there's anything else we need to do. Slavehold can now annex another province. And so this is actually where I did want to go and get like all of these. I've already got good growth here. But I was thinking of I've got a forester there. I was going to place that pyre in here somewhere. I could actually just get foresters all the way around here. I might do that actually, and then put that pyre there. Let's just go and do that now. So if we just go across and just get a forester there for now, and we'll just come back across into Slavehold. Ritual pyre here. I can just push that one forward. There we go. So with Feverish Elation, Sev presents you with his fairing at Ritual Pyre. So so he now gets enough experience to rank up as well, and he also gets 50 renown. So that sort of pushes him up to becoming more powerful as well. So you're going to Fire Wyvern unit. Okay, we can cast the Flamebound Blessing on Sev. Searing Strikes. We don't want fire damage. You absorb the arcane energies. We receive 158 mana. Having a Fire Wyvern, it's a tier 3 unit. It sort of will cause fire damage, and the Burning Burst. Well, because we're going Frostling, I don't think it's going to work. So even though I would love to do the other bits and pieces, these aren't going to ultimately help us. So I'm going to go that way. Bit boring, but that's it sort of makes more sense with the way that we're actually going. So we've now got the Ritual Pyre in through there, and we're getting more mana from that, and we'll get more mana as we build up around in here. Excuse me. Here I leveled up. So he has got his vampire aspects as well. We'll go with Siphon Blood with him as well. So we'll start to sort of move down the same sort of direction. We do also have Draining Bite. Do damage to target unit and heal for 50% of the damage dealt. Cannot target the units that are immune to bleeding. This is in open. So we've got either one of them. We've got either like the Siphon Blood or the Draining Bite. It does a lot of damage, doesn't it? At the moment we're using a bow, but it doesn't mean we have to keep using the bow. He is a spell blade, so he has a lot of ability, different type of weapons he can use. Then we've got the fire and the lightning. It's got to be one or the other, so we'll definitely be going more lightning ultimately. Heals target, yeah, 50%. So it's the same deal, but this one does more damage. I think we'll go Draining Bite in this case. We'll go a little bit different. Confirm that one. Alright, that'll be good. And close that one off. So Sev is becoming more valuable. And we've got 3 more turns and we get the next unit. So that's now in ruins. Yeah, we don't have much in here. This is not a big attack. If I attack into here, let's just do a quick save, and we'll go in. And we can now start to talk about a little bit about what actually happens. Now, if I go into there, I don't get the. This one doesn't actually help, so I'm just going to move that one up to make sure that we have actually got them helping. Whichever one you attack with into the actual city itself will be the center of your group. So at the moment we've got Mortia is actually she's our ruler. She's got the Hunter Spider along with these 3 plus one of the pursuers, whereas these guys have just got 3 pursuers and 2 pursuers and 3 of the Immortals. The Immortals are going to be this is going to be very, very good having the Immortals in this particular fight. And the fact that we've actually used the ability to actually breach the walls and bring the walls down means that these guys will be able to move into the walls fairly effectively. The Pursuers will be able to as well with their phasing. So this should be an interesting little fight. But I think I'll go in the middle with this one through here. And not that it really matters that much. So we'll just go and attack. And so this has got a, you can see there, the numbers are relatively safe. Like, it's a low risk battle, but we've got a slight, our numbers are slightly better than theirs. So that's sort of what we're dealing with in through there. They've got a lot of these iron golems. The iron golems are just fighter constructs. They do have a low range fighting ability, but we'll just go and see how we go. We'll just play this one manually. Now the iron constructs are not living, so we can't use the vampiric skills against them. There's the destruction of their walls. We have this blinding aspect as well. Now everyone will suffer from that. The trouble we have is that if these guys become blinded, which they have, then it means that there's minus 50% accuracy on physical range and magic attacks. So this is a bit of a problem for us. We don't actually have in fact, I don't think we can even fire. You cannot perform retaliation attacks. It should still be able to do the... No, sorry, I've got the wrong unit selected. It's this unit here, which is also blinded. So I do actually have, I just have a lower percentage of being able to do anything against the different units. Let's have a look at each of the actual units we're dealing with. So we've got ourselves a Warhound that's now come back out. This one is a charging unit as well, like ours. Does only 14 damage though, so it's not all that powerful. Then we've got this unit in through here, the Iron Golem Assistant. And so these are constructs. It has been blinded, which won't really worry it so much because the blinded units don't, when you've got a melee attack, it doesn't really impact it all that much. Heartless, so unit has minus 50% modifier to morale changes. Offensive formation, so this unit grants plus 10% damage on attacks of adjacent friendly units. It's reinforced, so it has plus 3 defense and resistance against physical range attacks. So magic will actually be the way to get through this one. It's also then has other abilities back on through here. You can see it's susceptible to shock or to lightning, but it does have protection against spirit, which is a bit of a problem because that's what the main thing that we're actually using to attack. Got lots of hit points, lots of defenses. Melee strike is really what we have. If we have a look at this one through here, this one's a champion medal for a brawler, so it has extra hit points. It's a construct. This is interesting. So these are heartless. They control loss immunity. They're immune to bleeding, disease, distracted, and poisoned. So I don't think we can actually. So unit sustains full physical damage each time. So this is for bleeding, if someone did actually have bleeding. So I'm not sure if we can actually use our abilities against these sorts of units. Fighter unit, and also then as a land movement, essentially with the way it sort of does work. It's funny, I always see that as a dog or a wolf, not as a shoe. It needs to get rid of that little thing at the back there, the teeth. Anyway, control loss immunity through here. Immune to effects such as Berserker Dominated. So this one cannot be, we cannot use our abilities against this unit. So that's pointless doing that one. This is their leader, of course. We can't control a leader. Or is that the leader? No, there's got two leaders there. Yeah, these are two heroes. Okay. I didn't see that before. A Wind Rager back out through here, and then we have Seal Bearers back on this other side. All right, so let's just go back in. These guys are going to be charging on into the fight. The Wind Rager has got other abilities as well. It's got this Whirlwind. Deals damage to all adjacent enemies and dispels them up to 2 hexes. So I don't want to be bunched up with what we end up doing. Now Sev is blinded as well at this point in time, so he's not going to be all that effective. But we can sort of move him around to eventually get a shot on these guys. So let's just go and do that. honest. I mean, it was going to be lucky if we did get it. What I don't want to do is get too close to this Wind Rager. I mean, I don't want to have them bunched up and around the Wind Rager. So this guy here, it is a phasing ability, Whirlwind. Oh no, it has to still move. Where can it move to? It can move across to here. Yeah, it can actually hit either one of those. But I'll start to just move this one up as well. Just get the defensive tactics in there. And again, I want to keep them 2 away from each other. With these coming up. Don't have anything else I can do with those. And again, if I go into there, that Wind Rager can then get the 2 of them. So if I just move it back to there, it sort of stops the Wind Rager from being able to push those 2 around. I can smash this one. I can actually kill that one off straight away with this unit. These Immortals, this is actually where our forces are very, very strong. Yeah, I don't have a chance to reach that one with this one here, but I do with this, either one of these. And so the War Dogs have got only 30 hit points. That's all they actually have. So they're pretty weak, and so just one hit's going to sort of smack them. Yeah, so I might just charge in. Actually, I might go this one up this way, and then this one comes smashing through. Alright, keep that one back where that is. So we'll just go and leave that one where that is. This is Morsia. So Chris is saying, yeah, I've just downloaded Chivalrous Intentions mod for Age of Wonders 3. Does it make my save games void? Yes, it will. It claims it does. However, I loaded into the save, then saved the game again with the new mod installed. I'm hoping Age of Wonders 3 becomes very, very unstable if you don't sort of follow all the mod rules. So just be aware of that. This one here, I don't really have... I can move in and get a shot here. She's not blinded. Let's just see where these guys can go. When you're playing this game, you've really got to be careful as to where they can go. It's a bit hard to sort of see where they can actually get to. Like, you can sort of see that there's like a red border in through here. This red border is a little bit hard to see, but there's actually a border. That means that this one is susceptible to being hit. That one is as well, and that one is from that particular unit. So if I move up into that red zone anywhere through here, this unit here will then sort of be able to be attacked. So even though I can get an attack that way, I'm better off waiting. So I'm better off sort of just sitting back and not doing anything at all just yet. So we'll wait for these guys to come through. We'll have to sort of deal with them separately. This one here can reach out to here. So again, I just want to be further back just to sort of allow it to do its thing. So I'll move that one up to there. I'm going to move that one across to there. Again, just keeping one step away from that one. This one here is can only get out to that side. This one does actually have the Sunblast, which we have to be a bit careful of. Just keep them in there. So we're a bit sort of compressed in that particular location. I think that's okay. How often do these kick in? Each turn in combat. Wow, that's a lot of blinding. Don't think there's much else for us to do, so we'll just end the turn here. By the way, you can quick save as well inside your battles now as well. So this is another thing that's different to Age of Wonders 3. So if you get to a point where you think I'm at a bit of a crossroads as to which way a battle could go, just do a quick save and then you can save scum back to that point. But we're not there yet. We'll invite the attack. Yes, we've got more blinding. Missed, that's good. That was blinded. This one's blinded as well. And missed. Here they come. The Wind Rager didn't actually have a crack at us then. So we now actually have... we are blinded here, so we have like a low level attack with what we're doing. Even this one here, the Siphon Blood, is still not going to be all that awesome. Yeah, both of these targets cannot be affected. This is an elemental, and this is a construct, so we can't use that ability. The Siphon Blood, we could use it against these others, but we're not going to have that ability. So really, we are just either doing a stab, a quick stab for 11, which I don't think I'll bother with at this stage. We need to smash these guys. Now, the status vulnerability, this is actually another one of those things. Unfortunately, because these aren't susceptible to the this siphoning blood, you can see it's got exploit vulnerability, 90% chance of inflicting status vulnerability for 3 turns, but also it's then got mind control. The 60% mind control will actually, the status vulnerability will impact whether it can be mind control, but we know that these can't be, so it's just not going to happen. With our basic attack as well. So we have we've got a 60% chance of inflicting remorse for 3 turns, and again, if the status vulnerability is up, then that's going to be impacted. Our guys do increase the status vulnerability with their attack. So exploit vulnerability, 90% chance of inflicting status vulnerability for 3 turns, which also then heals us up. So this is a big ability for us. If I come through there, this one is actually now off the side. Let's just go and push up. Now I could just hit this one. The Hunter Spider's got 68 health. This one's going to have more. It's got 110. With 12 damage. One does a bit more. I can jump in behind the others. I might do that. I might jump and then do the web. So we'll jump in behind and then we'll web these guys. And I think that one became immobilized. So he can't use this anymore. He can only use his quick stab. Alright, he's currently blind. It's only 10% there, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. This one's still blind as well. I just don't have good shots with these. I'm going to take the 10%. There's a very good chance we're going to hit our own guy. Yep, there we go. Twice. This is why you do your quick saves. If I do that again, there's a good chance again I'm still going to do it. Actually, we've got 2 shots there on that one. But we've now weakened this unit. Just going to come charging into here. We'll do that one. This one here. Just keep on charging into this one. That gives me back 10 of my health points. Now I can hit that one and kill it off, so I think I'll actually go and do that. I've only got a 5% chance there. I want to get to a position where I'm not really worrying about the others as much, which is probably this guy over here. 15%, 40% there with 1 shot. 15 with 2 shots. That one's 40% there with 2 shots. I'll take that. Now we are getting the status vulnerability on this unit. So we've actually now picked up double of those for 3 turns. So if we have a quick look at the at what his abilities now are, the Honor Blade, this is going to gains -2 status resistance, and stacks up to 5 times. So his status resistance has now gone to -4, which means that if we try to stun him or do anything like that, we now have a much easier chance to actually be able to do that one. So stunning or bleeding or freezing, anything else at all, he'll then become a lot more susceptible. It's just that this particular army is just not really viable for us to try to do that. I'm just going to go and do one more shot here against him with this unit. At the moment I can actually reach there. Yep, so I can actually still get 2 shots in here. So I'm trying to bring the status down. Nope, we missed. Now with our attack through here, we do actually have the again, status resistance will then sort of come back down again with that one as well. Let's just go and hit this guy. It's only a basic fighter. I think I could actually go after this unit here, or that one there. That one is sort of connected to that one there. But if I go into here, we're then sort of pushing our way back. Let's just keep on doing it. These are no longer as vulnerable because we know that they will come back to life if we win the fight. This one here, I do actually have a 5%. I've got a 60% there with 2 shots. But I also have this drain life. If I move in behind it, it really can't go anywhere. And because I still can do melee attacks, this unit here only has the seal bolts and cannot be used within enemy zone of control. So I think I'll actually go and do that. See, that one there, if it uses it, it's going to kill us. So if I move into there and then do this. So we should have, yeah, we've just almost healed ourselves right back up. All right, so that's fine. Spell ready to launch. So we have the Rite of Bloodletting. With this one here, target friendly unit sustains 5 physical damage, and all the others then get, essentially get, they gain extra. I think that one there actually gains bleeding for 3 turns, which is not going to do anything. Life leeching is not going to really do much against all these constructs, and we've got Baneful Curse. Yeah, we can weaken. We can weaken, but they're not bunched up. The only one I've got that I could actually really do that with would be these 2 here, which I don't think I'll worry about. So let's. I just did it with nothing. I got that guy there. It was useless. I right-clicked. I should have left-clicked. Anyway, we'll end our turn. You know, so I'm screwing this up a little bit with what I'm doing. Yeah, the blinding is still staying everywhere. So we need to crack on over here now. Right. Well, this one really can't do anything. Oh, he's wanting to run. Oh no, we can do this. can still smash that one. I've still got a lot back in here as well that can actually come back in and hit these as well. And we need to start to protect this unit now over here. If I do that when I get rid of the retaliation, let's just go and do that. Not that it could do anything anyway. Move this one across this side. This is the demobilization. We have to smash this one as well. This one here is blinded, but this one's not. So we'll come flying up into here. And so we now can run away. There's no little red area underneath us where we can start to sort of now come back up and do some damage. I could come back this way as well. Got an Immortal there as well, which can't move. That one's been stunned. Yeah, big damage there. Now she's still blinded. I've only got 10% chance there, and I've got too many units around there. It'll be a bit too dangerous. We do need to smash these. Before we do that, this one's still blinded as well. We missed but hit the guy next to it. Do that again. I can now use this Siphon Blood. So we can't do mind control. Actually, I don't even need that really. I think I'll do better this way. Yeah, I'll do this way, even though it's only 40% chance of hitting. It's now caused remorse, and we can almost kill it. If we do use the Rite of Bloodletting, no, it's still not going to work. Maybe it'll still do the damage. It will actually. Let's go and do that. Let's go and make, like, we'll use this unit to just cause all the others to take a little bit of damage. And that one is now bleeding. And we should now be able to kill it with this. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's got an ability to snap back away. Unfortunately, so we didn't have a good look at what he had. Slip away, there it is there. Alright, so you can use that once per battle. Alright, next unit. Just don't have good shots here. Got a vantage point up there. I'll try this one. Missed. And we'll smack this one as well. I actually ended up blocking the way up, but that's okay. I sort of need to control these anyway. That's pretty much it, so we'll end our turn there. Yeah, unfortunately that slip away. Does this one have slip away as well? No, it doesn't. blinding everywhere. And again, our units with a little fist are the Immortals, and so it really doesn't matter if they die, as long as we win the battle. And at the moment, it's not great with what we have. The blinding, unfortunately, is really making this an unusual fight, because we can't control anything. Just keep on trying to hit this guy. It's hardly going to do anything. I'm going to smack this one now. Yeah, we just don't have the ability there. This one's still blinded. Just need to move it away. It's still 40%. Graze is enough. That will then give me the kill here. Alright, that one's down. That's good. I really don't have good chances here. I'm still just going to move this one up because we then end up on a battlement, which gives me better abilities ultimately. So even though it puts us sort of in the firing line of this one, I don't think it'll matter that much. I can almost kill that one off, but I sort of do need to sit back in here. Now we've been immobilized here again, and we're not going to get a chance here. Oh, I've got 90% now to start to get rid of these, and this one's also not blinded either. Got a 65% chance there to hit back against the other one. I think I'll actually take that. Now that we've got this phase, which actually has range 3, so 1, 2, 3. I need to get to 4. So I can move there with 2. So I'll just go through the way that these actually work. What I can do is I can zip in behind. If I go back to here, this is a battlement, which actually fortified, can only be damaged by units with Demolisher, but it's also a vantage point. And the vantage point gives me we get +1 range, and we ignore obscured on their ranged attack. So this unit these are ideal along these battlements, back in through here. So if I move back to there, I'm away from this unit, and I can then actually target that unit there. So if I focus on this one, if I move to that one, I've still got 2 shots left. I can't reach him from there. I can reach him from there, but no, I can't actually. I can reach him from. No, neither of these can actually reach him. I have to get closer. So if I go to there and then bounce into this one, we're going to be a little way away. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be long range. That one is blinded, which means that I can still fire from there. It would be a more accurate shot. So let's go and do that. Let's go and position it there, and then we've got 1, 2, 3. I can actually then do the phase. So I'll move that one across. We'll then do the Relentless Pursuit, and we're going to move it across to there and teleport. I've still got the 2 shots left, and I can now kill him off with 90% chance. There he goes. Awesome. So he's down. That also then resets this. We need a kill to actually to essentially have that ability back again. So when they get a kill, they can then do that phasing again. But that was actually that was sort of showed, I guess, a good way of using the phases. And we're still going to have to sort of smash this guy. Now I don't have a really good shot there. I've got the 3 here. I'll just take them. Critical. That's good. We've caused remorse, which I didn't think would actually happen with those units. You lose 2 morale at the end of the turn. These, I didn't think they've suffered much. Yeah, they do have a bit of morale, but it's not really a big problem. We'll still just keep on working on that one there then in that case. So we're starting to win this fight. Can almost kill that one off. Can almost kill that one off. Can kill that one off. So if I move into there, I can get rid of you. And then this one gets a bit more of a charge at this one. So these, the longer that they can run before they actually do their hit, the better off they'll be. That's getting ready to run. It was a critical hit, which actually killed it. This unit, I've still got 1 attack, but I can't do anything with it. So I'll just leave. Well, again, I've got the. I'll just leave the pursuer with what he's doing. We do have the 1. I could zip across to here and then fire back, but he's blind, so I'm not going to worry. We'll end our turn here. So what do we got left? We've just got that unit there and these 2 here. So we're sort of doing fairly well now. So it's blinding us, a pain in the bum, but that's just what's happening. I had them set to low so that they don't come in all that often. Now we did take damage from this one, so we sort of thought that was going to be the case, and but it is, this one here is blinded, so we can use this again and do even more attacks. So I can still keep the 3 attacks. This one here is blinded. That one is blinded as well. I can actually move these back to there. I can get 3 shots by doing that. And I can get 3 shots by doing this to here. That leaves no one close by, so even if we miss, it's not going to matter that much. And the status vulnerability is going up, which means that anything that affects their status, like bleeding or freezing or anything like that, is going to be impacted. So at the moment, yeah, we've only got a little bit. Let's just keep it going. Got two of them in there, 2 shots. Yeah, there we go. Get him killed. Good. Another hero down. And we're now just going to start moving these back around the other side. Let's save. And I will actually do another one of these. Back to this location. We're not blinded here, which means we should get some good numbers here. It's not going to do much damage. And we do pick up a little bit of healing when we do that. And kill that one off. Get rid of the golems. Actually, we missed with one of them. I'm going to come around to this side just to block this one off. And then that one can do the final kill here. There's nothing else that can really move up. That will protect that one. Let's move them up as well. Alright, so there's those little iron golems are gone. We'll end our turn there. So we've lost 1 unit, but it won't matter because they've got the Immortal ability. So losing these in this fight really don't matter. They don't get any experience if they do die, but overall it's good. Critical hit, that's good, and this has now got remorse and it's going to start to run fairly soon. And there also can just do a bit more damage. And we can then just charge in with one of these units to get the kill. Again, the longer they run, the better their charge. There we are. So even though the numbers were fairly level, you can see there that a lot of them have got experience with what they've been doing. But this guy here was the one that died, so he actually doesn't get any experience, but does come back to life. And these, even though it says that they're killed, they'll actually be captured. So we'll just close this one off. And what do we pick up? The Robe of Hexing, which is a tier 3. And also the Weakening Staff. It's the Sunblast Staff, which we don't really want. But I will keep it. I'll just take the reward. I'll keep that one where that is. So Sassy Shade is saying, make it look easy. It's one of these games, once you get used to not rushing around too much, it actually is very, very cool the way it does work. So, with that one, the Fallen Oath Warden. So Oath Warden Qualan of Everflame has fallen in combat. So that's actually, that one is gone. Ruler leveled up. And you can see there, we never kill, we only ever capture, playing as the Tyrant mode in the Dark Culture. So your Ruler leveled up. And we now actually have this one available, Mesmerizing, if you mind control until the end of combat. This was a bad combat in the sense that we couldn't really go and do that. But I think we'll actually go that way, so we can actually end up completely mind controlling them with our vampire, which is good. And we still have this cloak, which is I'm happy with that. We'll just close that one off. Now this unit can't move because it was killed, but it's back to life and it's just sitting back in here, ready to go. Everyone else is ultimately going to be able to heal up in this location. We have to figure out, actually, so we've got both of these have been now captured. They go into our prison. So we've now got, essentially, it's telling us where they're from, because if we release this city as a vassal, I've now got 2 of these, and they will act as hostages for the actual, for raising things up. So you can see down through here, hostage diplomacy. So defeated heroes belonging to free cities become hostages in your prison. Hostages provide allegiance every turn and count as an assigned whispering stone. Conquered cities released as vassals also immediately grant you a hostage. So when we do that, we'll end up with 3 hostages. When vassalizing a city that belongs to another empire, all heroes in that empire in your prison become hostages of this new vassal instead. So what we'll do is we'll actually, well, we've got both of those. I'll just get rid of that one through there. City waits its fate. In this case, I'm going to vassal it. So I'm just going to go and vassalize, because I don't have enough Imperium to do anything else anyway. And so that will become a vassal. We can grab another province from here. There's a desert province now, which we can make a farm, which is actually not bad. I was wanting to get gold though. This has become a desert province, but it's ultimately allowing us to build a farm in there. I think I'll grab the gold. Gold has been a problem for us. Okay, so Big and saying, do you know if all the races can use hostages now, or is it just the... I think it's only that race there. Again, we could test that, because I can open up the other game, which is still running the same mechanics now. So if I just do a quick save here. And that blinding sands is a pain in the ass. I should turn them off. I've got them set to low, but it still does come in. Just going to load in the this one here. Just grab myself a drink of water while that loads. I know it's only the tyrants that end up getting the ability to actually do that aspect of it. Just close that one off. And to go to prison. Yeah, so this is... that's all the different ones from the different... So it is sorting them out by who they belong to. So it's doing that. But we don't have the ability that we have playing as the tyrants. That's pretty cool, actually. So these are actual cities as well. So that a lot of these are cities that we've actually gone and captured, etc. That we've actually been at war with. And so the same sort of thing will happen for us as well, but they'll ultimately end up being hostages. So I don't have, that's not going to, it's not going to impact, it won't impact that faction, but it's still sorting better, so which is good. Being saying the hostage mechanic is way overpowered. That's probably the best thing I've seen yet for my games. It's sort of, we'll see it in action. It's really just like a Whispering Stone. I don't know how powerful it will be. So yeah, when we have a look at our heroes in the prison, so we still have the same thing through here, but we do actually have this new mechanic, which is hostage. So they've still now got them separated all out, but the hostage allegiance. So we'll end up with a third hero as well that will then come across ultimately as a hostage. Summoned. Okay, we've now got this one here. I don't think I really want to get those. Not yet, anyway. Frost arrows, so definitely want to get this. We'll go that way. Don't know what that's doing down there. Oh yeah, that's okay. We're moving that one back up. I might send that one underground. We might just scout around a little bit under here, just to sort of see what else there is. It looks like we can go further up. We might as well stay underground, I guess. And turn there. So we're going to get that one through there, Archon Blood. I think we've already got that. I am going to have to deal with this above ground area as well. This is changing. Still got this cosmic winds. Oh, here we go. Might makes right revealed. So in this case, we've got, this is another thing that's random on this world. The House of the Realm respects strength above all else. They will grow more loyal to proven conquerors. So conquering free cities grants plus 10 allegiance with all other free cities. That's good. Vassals gain plus 2 allegiance levels for when first vassalizing through conquest. And Whispering Stone's strength is reduced by 50%. So that works well for us. This is for a tyrant faction. That's a very, very, very good mechanic to have actually just randomly on the world itself, which is really quite nice. Infestation has invaded your realm. So this is now this pirate cove. We're going to have to deal with this. All of these things we're going to have to deal with. Signature skill is available. So Mortia has now got this one through here. So a Hemomancer, so blood empowerment. This is different, isn't it? This is actually pretty cool, actually. Wow, this is actually really cool. This is different again. It's not as tied to the actual essences that you have. Sustain unblockable damage equal to 10% of your maximum hit points. Your next attack will deal, this turn deals 50% damage. You recover 10 temporary hit points when killing a unit with melee or physical range attack, or increased upkeep increases by 10 gold. Oh, you get all of those. Okay, you get all of those. Night Sworn, Bat Swarm, so adjacent enemy units sustain damage, can become blinded. Yeah, Night Creature, so at the start of combat, conjure a Doom Bat, and so we end up with that. I don't know how long that will last for. This is a tier 1 unit, pretty weak. And again, increased upkeep. So the upkeep, it's going to cost me 10 gold to get any of these, I think. Dread. So target enemy unit suffers 2 torment until the end of combat. Gains status vulnerability. Tyrant. Attacks cause 4 morale loss on target, doubled for single shot attacks. Yeah, not bad again as well. And then Desecrator. These are all going to cost me 10 gold. Target corpse explodes. So we won't worry about that one there. If I remember to do it, that's actually not bad. I'll do this one here and select it. It's going to cost me a bit, and then I've got to then choose Inspiring Killer. This unit grants double the morale bonus to itself and its allies when killing an enemy, or Purging Strike. So base attacks have a 60% chance of removing 1 positive status effect. Or we go and change this Siphon Blood to +2 range, or we go with one of these, I think. Deep Hunger, reduce the cooldown of Blood Drain ability by 1 turn. That would be good as well. This one over through here, I can either choose either one of these. I'll go the range. Let's go that way, I think. Confirm. Slickson saying Twitch acting up, or watch on YouTube and pop out Twitch chat to chat with. There we are. Yeah, I don't know what happens. I haven't had any drop frames, so and the kilobits per second looks pretty healthy, so it shouldn't really be a problem. Okay, so Devon is in saying, Daz, please do an updated tutorial on Distant Worlds 2. I just want to learn to play. I watch you play and it looks so fun. It's a great game. It's actually... The secret is all in the mindset for Distant Worlds, is to not play it as a game, but to play it as a simulation, and then you'll find that your enjoyment levels go really, really high with that game. But yeah, it's probably a good call actually. I think there's a really big drop coming soon for that game, which will be the Pirates. I think is the next big thing coming. At that point, I think that would be a good opportunity to actually then, as you say, go and do another series on a tutorial for the game itself, and maybe just going back and playing the humans again. Yeah, I think that's a good call actually. Does the update destroy your current save games? No, it doesn't. I've had this game. I've been trying to finish off my other game. I'm only a few turns away from winning, but I just haven't quite got there, and it's playing without a problem. So there really hasn't been a problem. So saying, oh no, 2 heroes. Yes, we defeated them though. Is there new music for the Vampire faction update? I think so, but I'm not sure. I sort of have the music turned way down low on all games just because of the streaming. Lurkin saying, hey Daz, I've come to see what's going on. I remember a few years ago when I religiously watched your Dwarf Fortress videos. Cheers for entertaining me back in the day. Well, I've done a lot of Dwarf Fortress this week with the Siege update, but the fortress we have, unfortunately, is not attracting new migrants. There's one other little thing I can try with that, and I'll be doing that on Friday, for Fortress Fridays. I try to do Dwarf Fortress once a week at least. Hi, Ortham, Ortham TL, and Daedalus is in saying Night Sworn is recommended by Windslayer. Night Sworn, oh okay, yeah. Look, it's sort of one of those things where depends on the hero that you've got, to be honest, like as to what they're doing. Anyway, let's keep on going. We've got we've produced the granary back out through here, and we'll just keep on producing other things. I think I might get the desecration chambers. What else do we have? Oops, I don't want that. Didn't mean to do that one. The castle chambers. We do get more Imperium. Imperium is going to be fairly important to us, I think. We get +1 starting rank for every tier 1 magic origin unit. Workshop. Yeah, I'll get the workshop. Just get that one out of the way. Chambers is there. Oh, that's actually... Why did I choose that? Oh, that's fine. I'll go in that order. I must have double-clicked accidentally. But I'm happy enough with that. This unit has to heal up. It's above ground there. Oh, okay. Look, we'll come back up, and we've got to clear out all those infestations anyway. I don't know if I want this thing. What are you costing me? Yeah, it's costing me 10 mana. I think I might ditch it. Sorry. It's left there. Oh no, it's gone now. Where'd that one go? Might just go back in. There's a bit of loot around the place. Let's just go back and pick up stuff. Okay, they're going to start to... this is why we have to now get rid of all of these different things up the top here. The province is now being pillaged, unfortunately. This is going to then impact a lot of other things as well. A new Oath-Sworn Warden has risen. City is now released as a vassal, so we now actually have the new Oath-Sworn has come in charge of that particular city, and we have bonded vassalage back into here as well. So the allegiance is going to go up because of the vassalage, which is actually pretty cool, because we're now going to be better off than actually having a Whispering Stone. So that actually works well, and we have all this income now, which is going to boost us along really quite nicely. So that's all good. Archon Blood acquired. You've got 2 of those now. New Empire Development skill. That's a good one for us as well. It's 200 Imperium. We're not quite there yet. What are the other ones that we haven't got yet? Free cities of vassals with a Whispering Stone grant you 15 knowledge. We've only got 1. Magic Origin units are reduced. This one down through here. Units and cities gain +2 vision range and sensing range. That wouldn't be bad as well, but again, it's just costing me a little bit too much, and I think I'd prefer to get the this next one up here. Yeah, we've got those. We'll just close that one off. So we have to deal with these. So these are going to be a little bit hard to get rid of. So we've now captured this one as well. This is another one. If we get this one when we release one, we automatically get a another hostage. So we now have 3 hostages in there. So this city has now been founded, and we've got 1 turn before we get the next hero, which is good. And again, storehouse just for growth. We need to get down here again just to clear all this out. So we've got a lot of work to do. There's a pickup there which I can't get hold of. Don't know where the ogres were that were there.
Yeah.
Just grab that just to get our research up a little bit. Just keep both stacks around here. So getting hold of these vassals is going to be useful. Hi Voodoo Dog, how you going? What about the Dark faction? Got great. The units themselves are actually this is changing. Sorry, it's terraforming into green hills. Not sure how. It's cosmic winds are still active though, unless it's actually changing. It says deserts, but these aren't deserts. They're grassland forests. They're changing the sunless into forests, so they're creating sunlight. I guess that sort of works. Yeah, so the big difference is actually just the two tier 1 units that we actually have. They make a massive difference to the dark culture because they've got like the main attacking one that we actually have comes back to life if we win the battle. So as long as we keep on winning, we're actually okay. We've got now this is clairvoyance ritual reveals the close. We don't need that. I don't think I need that either at this stage, so I'll just leave them where they are. So with our units, these units here now are very valuable. If we have a bit of a look and see. So what they've got is they've got lesser resurgence, which allows them to come back to life, which they didn't have before, and expendable, which means that if they do die in the battle, they don't affect the morale of anyone else. So they're really cool. And then the pursuers, oops, down through here, I'll just go and click on those. And I think they've had this for a while. Just this relentless pursuit does actually make these quite nuanced in the way that they can then attack. So they're just tier 1 units, which are very cool, the way that they do sort of work. Let's just go up, I think. We'll just... I could start to expand underground here a little bit as well. This one's hardly sort of improving at all. Everyone else is improving well. Let's just go back up. Again, this is not a bad little location, but we want to get rid of this other group. We're going to need to get... Actually, we're in a zone here. What's this zone? Why is that causing issues? Yeah, I'm not sure what's. I can just see that this one's going to be taking damage here. But why? Yeah, I'm unsure why that's... Underground camouflage. Spider. There's nothing else in there that's actually sort of showing up. I'm not sure what the go is there. Okay, so Steph's saying he needs to get across to the YouTube side as well. So this, it must be Twitch. I don't know what's happening with Twitch. These areas here, they're just forests, but they're just sunless forests. Yeah, I'm unsure as to what would be causing that spider to react that way. Everyone else is fine. Yeah, we've got a lot of clearing out to do here. We do have another hero ready. I don't have enough money. This is going to slow us down a lot, dealing with this. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with that spider. That's a bit of a problem. Got frost arrows now. We'll select new research. White Witch and the Blood Cultist. This is a battle mage unit, which got hemorrhage bolts, scarlet plague. The White Witch has got freezing, and I quite like that. I think we might go that way. So we'll go Cryomancer first. Shop of Secrets. So an advisor reports Mythical Seer is set up northeast of Lothek, offering knowledge. Let me have a look at this one. What have we got? If we just go and have a bit of a look. It's going to cost me mana. Explore the world for 700. We're not going to... Oh, we're close, actually, but I don't know if I want to do that one. Gaining extra knowledge. I think I will pay that. So we'll just close that one off. So I've only got 4 units in through here, fairly low level. So auto combat. We lost the spider. Damn it. Which means I'm going to have to play it out. We do want to be capture there. A seal bearer. Alright, let's just go and retry. Yeah, Sixton saying, yeah, Twitch just kept buffering for me. We'll play a few seconds, buffer, play a few, buffer. Yeah, okay. That's not good. I wish this thing would go, this blindness. This is really annoying. I'm going to have to turn those things off. I really don't like them. They are extremely frustrating. Sure that one stays back. Blinding everywhere. Alright, so we can do the damage here. This is where we can actually do this domination, the siphon blood. 66% chance of dominating that one, 60% of dominating that one, 60. So we've got better chance there. Let's just not do that for a second. And what we'll do is we'll now start to weaken this one and try to inflict the status vulnerability. And we did get one there. So if we now have another look at this, it's now 76% chance to dominate. So I don't want to damage it too much because we do want to dominate it. If I do this one again, I'm going to get a I get less attack, but with but I still have the chance to inflict status vulnerability yet again. And if I now go back to this one again and try to use the bloodletting, the siphon blood. I'm now up to 85. Let's go and do it. It resisted. Damn it. I thought we had it for sure. That's a shame. Just weaken that one down as well. Bring them up through here. Yeah, so we've now got a cooldown down there. Wish I could do it now. Go through those blood thorns. Move that one across. Does have blindness. To see if this will actually now work. Oh, I'm sort of right clicking where I shouldn't be right clicking. Now this one here is going to be able to do more damage next turn. Oh no, it's blind at the moment. Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep on sort of charging our way back up through here. Through this gap. Oh, lucky. That was a lucky hit. Very, very lucky. Can't really do anything else with that one, so I'll just leave them where they are. Yeah, we've got big attacks in here now. That was good. So we don't have the blindness there anymore. charge that one up. That one there, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, I can't quite get to that one there. So I'll just charge that in. We do get a little bit of healing every time we hit something now. I won't worry about that one. Okay, and sort of move back. Might just do that. That'll be okay. End our turn there. So kill that one off. This one's getting ready to run. It's not blind. I'll have to remember to turn off all of those various annoying things like this sort of desert stuff. I never like them. There's not one of them that I think, oh yeah, that's been great. I just don't like them. You do have the option to turn them off at the start of the game. And I always forget. That one's still suffering. Yeah, that one, we're back inside our territory now, so we're healing up there a little bit. What we could do while we're here is the Pirate Cove. We might go and deal with that now. Let's go to the basic seafaring, just get that one done. Alright, produce the workshop. Yeah, we've got the chambers coming, I'll leave that one there. Repair, we'll do that as well. Grab another province. So we wanted to surround this thing in with foresters to get the ritual pyre sort of really cranking along. Oh, I thought it was a notice, like it was sitting right there, and I thought, oh, I wonder what that one is. I was thinking 2 hands? I don't know what 2 hands is. It's 2 rocks. Alright, so we've got those orders required back over here. And again, I'll just start to now go onto the water. We'll just move out and have a bit of a look around with the scout. Hi, young Billiam, saying this is now considered to be the best in the series. No, I still think the Archons are, to be honest, in terms of the DLC. Certainly, if you're talking about Age of Wonders 4, beating Age of Wonders 3, 2, etc., it did at launch. Like, it was already better at launch. Miles better, in my opinion. I know some people actually don't agree with that, but it was a lot better, I thought it was anyway. Well, let's go after this Pirate Cove, so we can now get onto the water, and we're going to have to then still clear off all the other bits and pieces. Oh, damn it, we can't quite get both ships out there. I think they both have to be in the water to be able to take this one out. Okay, so 350, and I don't have enough. So we're going to be wanting to always keep with the humanoids if we can. 300 for these. Yeah, so all of these are 300. We'll have to wait until we get the another 100. Let's just close that one off. Another province. Just going to be getting more and more gold, I think. Go that way. Now there's a stack on there which we going to have to clear out. But I want to get the growth happening before anything else. So I think we'll just go with a farm. Oh, we picked up our gold. 280, still not enough. It's funny on the map, I thought I was in the bottom right corner. It looks like we're in the bottom left corner. Good. Your one desert province yields 20 gold. That'll do. I'll take the gold. Take the gold and run. We can now go and get our hero. So recruit. And we'll just go back to the 3 at the bottom here. So we've got the Ira the Berserker, Castor the Selfless, who is a ritualist, recruiting governor, defender. We've got this one here, the caster, an elitist. Yeah, I think we'll grab him. Let's embrace. We can always change things. So another vampire. So he's now embraced vampirism. So there we go, another one. So I've got one free adjustment. I might wait until we sort of see how he responds. Yeah, we've got frostbolts. I'm happy with this at this stage. And we'll need him down in here as well. Okay, that's good. Oh, he needs to be set down through that side. Now we've got, yes, we've already got Sev in charge of slavehold. So Karok can be the governor there. Governor of Dominance. Going to have White Witches. We definitely want to start getting these into the map as well. Okay, so we need to go and get we can now go to the tier 2. I don't think we've got a tier 2. Do we have a tier 2 that's come through with the new one? Is that it? No, that was there before. Yeah, so they're already there. Tome of Souls. Yeah, that's going to be more undead. Horse Despair, Cruel Weaponry. You know, I think I'm going to go back to my tier 1s and get the Tome of Evocation there. Sorry, this is the wrong. I want to go back down to Shadow. I think I'll go Tome of the Tentacle and get this one here. I can see this one working very, very well with who we are. So let's go and select this one. We can always go back. It doesn't really impact us much because all we're doing is we're just picking what we want out of them. They're typically more powerful to go and get these other ones, but this has got a lot of stuff that we do want. And I still get the same, like I get one Astral and then another Shadow Affinity, so I'll just go and select that one there.
Be inspired by the tentacle, and see how the limits of your flesh are mere self-imposed restrictions. Caress, hold, tighten your grip around your followers and adversaries.
The Contra Tentacle, I do use this a lot.
People with the many-armed blessing, so they too can spread your
Constricting
life.
Focus.
Be cradled in the tentacle's embrace.
Not that we
And
need that one
realize
just yet.
the only limit
All three of these I really like.
imagination.
I think I'm going to go with conjure initially. So go that way. Okay, so yeah, so real old one icing. I agree. This was miles better than 3 with all DLCs on launch. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Not that 3 was bad though. No, I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but I did ultimately end up enjoying it an awful lot. So Slickson's saying, I was watching Daz play 3 and bought it, then 4 was announced. Yeah, so a real one saying, yeah, I own both and I still play 3 from time to time. It's a good game. I just like the race customization in this game so much more. I like everything about this game. It, for me, is so much more polished. So let's continue on. This one here, we just want to do a bit of scouting. Now, what's going on with the map? No, we are in the bottom right. We are in the bottom right corner. Just want to see where this continent leads to. What we have to sort of go and clear it all up. See you later, Chris. So we'll just move on in. Yeah, a lot of infestations, of course, but that's the nature of this particular world. Might just go and claim these sorts of things, just so we can sort of look around when we see them. If I go and hit that, it says I will be fighting. Believe it. We'll see what happens. Where's our other hero? There he is. Yeah, we can't move any further in. That's okay. Just do a quick save here. Yeah, we are going in with both, so I don't have to be on the don't have to be in the water for this. I'll just go and do another auto combat. Yep, nothing died that time. And these are getting higher and higher in their different levels, which is good. So we'll just go and close that one off. After we did actually end up with potential to get an archer, which I'm going to dismiss. I don't need it. Rewards. An Avenger Shock Unit. Again, I don't know if I want this one. It's tier 3 though, actually. I just can't see it being all that valuable to us. Frost Shield is interesting. Don't have anyone that can actually use it yet. I'll just take the reward for now. Well, you can be the first of that army. Let's gotten rid of that one. Let's just keep on clearing out these various locations. So we'll move across with our growing army. We're probably going to always have to keep a force behind just to keep everything sort of at bay. Yeah, more and more of them are coming. It's turn 30. Every 10 turns we get another infestation appearing on the map. Don't know exactly how strong they're going to be. Yeah, so small monster den there. Yep, so we'll have to clear these out. We'll probably have to split up again. Just when I get on top of the gold, I'm going to need to have like 2 stacks in 2 different armies. Workshop again. I can just quickly go and get that one. Nice. That'll just boost everything else along. That way we can just keep tabs on that area. Ah, Rainbow Rapids. Okay. This is like a magical zone, or like a special zone on the map. So we get +5 city stability. So a farm or forester in this province grants +10 food. A city with 3 provinces adjacent to this landmark gains the Lesser Tide Spirit and the Tide Spirit. For any units in this domain, generate +25 hit points every turn. So it's not fantastic. It does allow good growth in around there if we did actually have cities. Let's not worry about it though. Actually, is the whole world now been, the world generation been explored? Let's have a look and see. Just wait for my turn. We have to clear this out. There's too many infestations. Yeah, we know everything now. That's okay. So we've now got forced march. And we have gained +3 gold per unit tier of units killed in combat. We're going to be killing a lot of units. So let's go and grab that one now. We've still got 200 Imperium. Spells ready to cast. Frost arrows. This is good. We need more mana. Ultimately, we need more gold as well. This is still dominated. I think I'll grab that one now. It's an infested province, so I've got this large monster there, and they're going to not like that. But we'll be down there soon enough, I think. One's still asleep. Let's keep the armies together. And turn again. God, there's just everywhere. These again, we're going to get a lot of gold from this, which is, so I'm not, it's just going to be time, that's all. We'll enchant those. Use skill here. So this one here is gain +10 combat casting each unit death or kill in combat. Yeah, that's going to ultimately be good as well. So I'll grab that one now. That's 250, which is about all I've got. That next one down is gain upon completing conquest of a city. We're a little way off doing that again now. Yeah, we'll go that way. Alright, so we just go and pick that one up. Slavehold, produce workshop. And the library is going to then be boosted, so I'll grab that one now. And the shrine I'm going to be wanting as well. I'll just queue both of those up. I've got the vampire chambers now in this one. You can see there when it's not growing very strong here, like the growth is slow. What do we have that's boosted? So the Vampire Castle Soul Forge, this is the item forge. Again, I don't really need it. This one does give me gold. I do need that, so I'll grab that one as well. Archer battlements will be better for protecting the city if we do have to go back to it. Not that I worry about it. The mana obelisk, what do we need in there? We need 2 quarries. Yeah, that will probably happen. This one as well, 130. Get the workshop. So we can build things fast. Just quickly go down. I'll just use just her to do the attack. Actually, that's still, even just with the 1 stack, it's still more than enough. But this one wants to be fighting with her. What I might do is I might actually move this one off. I'll let this fight happen. I'll just do an auto battle here. There we go, no real problems. So we've got a Gore-Tusk Matriarch. Really not interested in that one. So I'm just going to dismiss that. What do we pick up though for this one? Oh, we get another one anyway, just automatically. I'll keep it for now. Yeah, that's okay. We'll just take the reward. Then moves back. And we start to move back up again. I'll just leave it in there for now. It's just going to chew up money. That's the only trouble. And this guy here, I'm going to keep this one. We're just going to keep on going around and cleaning out different zones. Okay, Christopher is saying I don't like the recovering infestation trait. Yes, I know. Any ruler can get the hostage mechanic by choosing the cult of tyranny in the setup. Yeah, that's right. Yes, so you have to go to dark culture and then the cult of tyranny to get the hostages. So tyranny is all about hostages, or the other dark one is death. Right, so we've gone up again another level. Drain familiar. We don't really need that one. Reduces the cooldown of the blood drain ability by 1 turn. I'm thinking this is going to be super valuable, so I'm going to go that way. I'll just keep on getting these vampiric skills. We'll close that one off. I'm going to go in behind the island that we're on and just see if it will then push this back into the bottom corner. For whatever reason, this mini-map is not actually doing what I want it to do, which is to yeah, it hasn't reset properly yet. It will as we explore though, I guess. I'll need all 3 stacks for taking on the big infestations. Yeah, so if Sizzle's saying often play with recovering infestation, that's just me. Yeah, so good thing this game is so customizable. It is good actually. Very, very good. Alright, so we've got your hero approaches you in distress. What do you want? So we have to clean out some 6 units to deal with. Yep, we can do that. They're right there. And everyone else is right here. We're being attacked again somewhere. Oh, there. We will have to come back for that. Just do a quick save. Yeah, we always want to go evil. Just do an auto, and if we lose any units, we'll then come back. Oh, that's fine. And there we go. So we pick up a lot of gold and food and stuff from these attacks. Again, this is sort of why having these infestations is ultimately going to be good for us. It's going to feed us. Give them a say in the Humanoid Shadow Dwellers Council. So what do we have? It seems the veterans of the city are eager to show their worth once more. So what do we end up having? All cities get extra stability. That's actually not bad for us, to be honest. We go for 6 turns, we get 74 gold per turn. Use experience to drain the guards. Or to train the guards, not drain the guards. I think I'll still go this top one, just to try to get the happiness up a little bit. That will sort of impact all of the income. Province is being pillaged down there. Rally of Lieges. So we can now go and get iron golems and stuff like this. This is actually a defensive unit, like a shield unit, which would actually be really cool. It's going to cost me 200 though to bring it in. And I can't afford that just yet. I like that one. I like the idea of that. Another vampire. So again, we've got the stun ability, a staggering bite. So draining bite removes defense mode and retaliation attacks unless the target has charge resistance. Let's actually, so it's almost like this particular bite is like a charge. But I think we'll go that way. Confirm. I love that it's all about the vampire and not about the army. Like, you know, if you play as a champion, it's all about the army and not about the actual hero itself. But this is all about him, getting the hero as good as they can possibly get. So I really quite like. Lothek can get another province. What we'll do is, I think we'll just go and get some... Actually, I can do this one and get a bit more food. You'll go and get the food, I think. Just get some farms. Slavehold as well can get another one. Now, I want to keep on getting around this pyre. I want to just keep on picking up the foresters. There's a small monster den there, which is encroaching in that way. I'm going to move this one off to deal with this. There may be hidden units in there. Pick up the loot. There's a bit of gold, which is good. Now, I've actually run out of time. I'll play one more turn and then we'll get going. Go to the beach for a swim. It's beautiful weather at the moment. It's not too hot and yeah, just really sunny and not much wind around as well, which is nice. I'm going to move these to the south. Oops. Still waiting on them to all have their turns. Rooster is saying so many pop-ups in this game. I think I would love this game if it wasn't for all the pop-ups to read. I don't notice them. It's sort of funny because maybe I'm just used to them. Or maybe I ignore the ones that I'm used to. Pretty more to the point. I can't get close enough to that one to help out there, so let's just move down to the south with these two. And let this one deal with this group. He can move off himself. Let's do a quick save here. And we're just going to auto combat this one as well. Yep, no problem. This time we've got a Razorback, which is sort of like a ranged unit. I'll take the reward again. I'm going to move that one across to the other stack. Just bring them back in again. Produce the library back in here. Got the shrine coming in one turn, that's fine. Got the collector. I think I might change like get the desecration chambers now as well, just so we can start to sort of make the sunless terrain. And we can grab another province in here as well. Oh, there's one of those ghosts where we can get a quest. I'll just keep on getting more gold. You know, I wonder... Yeah, I'll keep on going this way. Just scout around a little bit. See what we can find. Right, let's end our turn there. And I do have to get going, so I'll just let it play to the start, and we'll just have a quick look and see if there's anything else that has happened. We have to get rid of these big infestations at the bottom of the map. Those banshees have been moving around a lot. It's 10:35. A small monster den there, which is also encroaching into our zone. I do want this one to help fight the big infestations. Yeah, I'll bring it south. Got a long way to get down to that one. Anyway, I will call it quits here, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow if you're around. We'll be playing some Distant Worlds 2 tomorrow, part of our Worldly Wednesday, and so we'll just sort of continue on the game that we've got going on there, which is, again, quite involved, where we actually are in that one game. We're sort of in the, I guess we're in the late middle game of that particular Distant Worlds game, which is quite an interesting part of the game to be in. So anyway, I'll be playing that one tomorrow. Thanks for watching.